With the drought, the whole jungle has dried up. The only remaining waterhole is about to vanish. Animals that came in search of water have been staying around here for days. It's getting dark. A herd of spotted deer crawls towards the water's edge. While many in the herd are drinking, some are on alert over their enemies. Others are on their own duties. It's the time of the frightening wild beasts. Looks like a danger. The leopard is one of the apex predators in the jungle. However, thirst is common to all these animals. So let's hear the story of the wetlands that quench the thirst and keep the earth alive. Wetlands, the water-based wonders of nature. Organisms, including plants and animals, and inanimate constituents such as water, soil and air are the main components of a wetland. There are functional relationships between each of these key components. Such a place is called an ecosystem. Accordingly, wetlands are also a form of ecosystem. To be considered as a wetland, there must be a very close connection between water and land. Hence, the deep sea, which is far away from the land, does not fall under this category. But the shallow area, where the depth does not exceed 6 meters at low tide, is considered as a wetland. Wetlands show great diversity depending on the nature of water. Some have stagnant water, while the others consist of running water. Some of them are logged with water throughout the year, and the rest are seasonal. Water quality also varies. Some hold fresh water, and some are salty. Other than natural wetlands, there are man-made wetlands too. Such wetlands like reservoirs and paddy fields were the hearts of the rise of ancient civilizations. They also carry a historical value. Wetlands are also used for various local industries which uplift the economy. Wetlands are full of life. These animals and plants show unique adaptations to the wetland ecosystem. Greater flamingos, a species of migratory birds. They are in a hurry to find food. Flamingos feed on small aquatic creatures that live in brackish water. The beak is well adapted for filter feeding. Long legs are useful for walking in deep water. Wetlands also harbor breeding resident birds. They too have adapted for different feeding habits. This is a painted stork. Seems like it's doing a trick. Frightening the fish hiding in aquatic plants by its feet. Coming out of a panic, they mistakenly hide in the beak of the bird. Wetland birds also show distinctive methods of locomotion. They make a significant contribution to the ecological balance of the environment. To ensure the conservation and wise use of wetlands, with special concern on waterbirds, an international convention has been established. This is called the Ramsar Convention. Wetlands are home for forest birds as well. Supporting plants to propagate through seed dispersal and pollination are invaluable ecosystem services provided by these birds. Below the water is a fantastic world that is hard for you to see. Fish, creatures highly adapted to an aquatic life. Different fish species inhabit each of the microhabitats spread across different water levels. They have sensory organs such as bubbles and lateral lines, which recognize the signals of the external environment. Some have modified fins to walk on land and are capable of air breathing. Amphibians. They lay their eggs in clusters near water or in moist places. Water is essential for the survival of the emerging tadpoles. They breathe with the help of gills. Tadpoles eat parts of aquatic plants, algae, and remains of dead animals. Adults have lungs but are capable of breathing through the skin as well. As a result, they can live in both land and water. The webbed feet are an adaptation for easy swimming. Adults depend on small organisms such as insects and fish. Amphibian skin is highly sensitive to chemical and physical changes in the water. Therefore, they can be used as bioindicators of water quality. Wetlands provide habitats for many reptile species. Olive keelback, a species of non-venomous snakes that lives in the water. They search for prey among vegetation and in narrow crevices underwater. Their scales have nodules called keels. It is an adaptation for fast swimming. A freshwater prawn. The prey seems a bit large. Quickly finding a safe place before another attack. Aquatic snakes depend on prey like fish, amphibians and crustaceans. The water monitor. It is an apex predator in wetland food chains and a scavenger who eats animal carcasses. Such reptiles contribute greatly to the balance of the ecosystems. Fishing cat is a mammal well adapted to the wetland environment. The Eurasian otter is another similar mammal. These animals are elusive because they are nocturnal and shy. The webbed feet are an adaptation to swim. They contribute to balance the ecosystem by preying on animals such as fish, crabs and birds. As they hunt pests such as rats, they do a silent service to humans. Crabs. They are crustaceans that live in wetlands. The males of this species have an extra large jelly pad. They are trying to attract a mate by waving it. Insects also play a significant role in wetlands. These are water striders. As their bodies are light, they can walk on water with the help of their feet. Odonates, another form of insects, live in wetlands. According to their characteristics, they can be distinguished as dragonflies and damselflies. When in resting position, dragonflies hold their wings outstretched, and damselflies keep their wings folded and parallel to their abdomen. In the process of reproduction, the odonates display unique behaviors. Females lay eggs in water and inside the aquatic plants. The larva emerged from the egg is called the nymph. They feed on tiny aquatic invertebrates like mosquito larvae and vertebrates like fish and tadpoles. Adults search for insect prey with their sharp compound eyes and are capable of catching them in mid-flight. Their diet consists of smaller odonates, other species of insects such as mosquitoes and flies including pests. Some species are sensitive to chemical and physical changes in the water and are useful as bioindicators of water quality. This is why the odonates are one of the man's unknown friends. Colorful butterflies can be seen flying frequently in wetlands because of the nectar-bearing plants. The suction of such liquid is done by a tube-like organ called the proboscis. Butterflies contribute pollination while drawing nectar from the flowers. Pollination results in fruiting, and the fruits bear seeds. In this way, the butterflies unknowingly assist in propagation of plants and in the production of food for other animals. Butterfly host plants are also common in wetlands. The newborn caterpillars coming out from the eggs consume the delicate parts of these plants. In some species, the male butterflies obtain chemical compounds from plants. They use them to produce pheromones to attract females. This is how they scratch the leaves with feet and intake the excreting sap. Migratory species can often be found lying on moist soil to get salt. This is called mud puddling. It helps their muscles to function properly during migration. Bees, a vital group of animals that determines the existence of life. Wetlands are safe homes for them with plenty of food. Their service of pollinating wild plants and economic crops can never be replaced by any of the man-made mechanisms. Wetland plant community. Plants play an important role in sustaining life. Green plants produce glucose by photosynthesis and fulfill the food needs of animals. Did you know that all living beings, including you and me, depend on the oxygen released by plants as a byproduct of photosynthesis? They absorb carbon dioxide, which contributes to global warming. It is called carbon fixation. It controls the greenhouse effect, cools down the environment, and controls the climate change. Some of the plants that grow in wetlands have the ability to absorb chemical pollutants and purify the water. Some plants can block the spread of solid waste. Coastal plants act as barriers against sea waves. They control coastal erosion and protect the land from natural disasters like tsunamis. Wetlands are also rich with plants of medicinal value. The wetland plants are well adapted to aquatic life. Some have the ability to live in saline waters. There are species with root systems designed to be stable in muddy substrates. Mangrove plant community found along the coast. These plants show their own adaptations. Due to the lack of oxygen in saline soil, they have aerial roots that rise above the ground to support the exchange of air. The fruit of some wetland plants has the ability to float. Those plants propagate their seeds with the help of water. The services rendered to human and the wildlife through the wetlands are priceless. Wetlands provide water for all living beings. The attractive environment and biodiversity contribute to the advancement of the tourism industry. It is a major source of foreign exchange earnings. The functions of wetlands and their biodiversity add educational and research value. Entertainment and recreational activities such as birdwatching have also become popular among people. The pleasing environment created by wetlands brings a comfortable life to the residents. Wetlands contribute to flood control by water retention with high absorption capacity. Fishing is another wetland-related livelihood. Water is also used for transportation. Some people earn income by selling flowers. Water evaporates from the surface by solar heat and by the transpiration of plants. The condensation of water vapor in the upper atmosphere results in the formation of clouds. Rain forms from these clouds. Through small streams, the rainwater is collected to reservoirs, which generate electricity and irrigate crops like paddy. The wetlands are an invaluable gift of nature that ensures the survival of all living things. Are we grateful for all these services as humans? Solid waste like polythene and plastics generated by human activities, wastewater, and air pollution due to toxic fumes adversely affect all living beings, including humans. As a result of constructing roads through animal-rich areas, they are prone to accidents. In such cases, modifications such as elevated roads, tunnels and bridges can be used as animal crossings without fragmenting their habitats. Speed control strategies can also be practiced. Steps must be taken to stop hunting of protected animals and destructive fishing by use of poisons and explosives. Legal action should be taken to prevent unauthorized constructions and reclamations. If not, it will further increase the potential loss of life and property due to floods in the future. Invasive plant species are found in wetlands suppressing native plants. Some of them cover the water surface and block the sunlight to the submerged plants. Their spread disrupts the lifestyle of certain animals. The prevalence and behavior of invasive animals cause the declining of native species population. Many invasive species have been released unintentionally into wetlands through ornamental aquaculture. Some natives have developed close relationships with these invasive species. Therefore, the removal of invasives should be done with proper management. Forests act as the catchment areas for water. Therefore, the deforestation will result in dyeing up of wetlands. There is a more effective remedy for the conservation of all natural resources, including wetlands. It is educating future generation and developing attitudes. We can use attractive methods for children. They need to understand that the man is not the owner of the earth, but just another species. All life, including plants and animals, have an equal right to share this planet. Man cannot survive on Earth alone without other creatures. That is because all living beings, directly or indirectly, help the human existence. Children should be taught how to achieve sustainable economic development while conserving nature. It is the responsibility of elders to make them aware of hidden benefits of natural resources. Closeness with nature creates mindfulness and develops decent behaviors in humans. So let's build a society full of responsible citizens that have tender hearts with loving kindness. Then the earth will be a safe place for all of us